And my dad, who was just this awesome, ridiculously awesome human being, who was just a regular dude. Don't get me wrong. He was just a regular dude, but he was just an awesome regular dude. And he was attacked by like all these cancers. He had colon cancer, and they removed part of his colon, and then it showed up in his kidney, and they removed a kidney, and he lived with one kidney for like 20 years or so. And then they showed up in his bladder, and they did bladder treatment and got rid of it again. And every time they would get rid of it, it would show up again in another place. And so finally it went to his esophagus. And so he said to his oncologist, he's like, what is this? Why is this happening? And so his oncologist suggested that he do this genetic testing to find out why he was being attacked like this by these cancers. Now, mind you, my grandfather also died of colorectal cancer. My uncle passed from colorectal cancer. My grandmother had ovarian cancer. There's a very heavy history of cancer on my dad's side. And so he went on and did the test, and he found out that he has what's called Lynch syndrome. And it is a defective gene. I don't want to call it by the wrong name, but I think it's the MH2 gene that allows for all of these cancers to happen. And it doesn't matter. It's not metastasizing, or spreading or anything like that. They just literally will reappear in certain people. And that's the way it happens. And this particular called Lynch syndrome, this particular disorder is usually found in Europeans and Native Americans. We have both in my bloodline, right? So my dad stayed on me. Hey, Kipper, I want you to take this test, have the test done, and all this stuff. I never did the test, but I was doing frequent colonoscopies. I did colonoscopy every other year from the time that I turned 50, which would have been in 2012. And so I've had up to that point, 5 colonoscopies, right? And so my dad passed in 2014 from the esophageal cancer. And so I finally had the test done in 2020 and found out that I am positive for Lynch syndrome. So I said, okay, well, that's cool, because that means I've already been doing the frequent checks and all of that kind of stuff, right? Well, I didn't pay attention. I don't know. I'm sure they did the PSA. They've been doing, what do y'all call it? The swipe?
Right.
If you're over 40, you know what this means.
Yes, okay.
If you're over 40, you need to know about the swipe. Say what you will, man, but your prostate exam is crucial for us. And we've got to pay attention. That's another reason why. So I had my prostate exam about a month ago. She did the swipe, nothing. But my PSA blood work came back elevated, extremely elevated. Your PSA level is supposed to be 4 or under. 4 being the highest level, and then 4 or under that. My PSA level was 20. My urologist suggested that we test again in a couple of weeks, but she wanted to make sure that we also booked an MRI exam and a biopsy in case my numbers were still elevated after this second test. You want to book the appointment ahead of time, because it's hard to get these exams and that kind of thing sometimes. So we took the second exam 2 weeks later, and the number was now 21. So the number was going higher. So we did the MRI exam 2 Mondays ago. And they called me into the office and told me that they found 2 lesions on my prostate gland that, they give you the diameters and all of that. And one of them is 0.09 centimeters, something like that. Very, very small. Very, very small. But there is a rating system that they use 1 through 4, PIRAD, PI-RAD, the system that they use. And it's a 1 through 5, 1 being the less involved, I don't know what that word is, or the 5, it being the most. And mine, one was a 4 and the other one is a 3. They, you know, it's, I'm saying it this way because I understand that words have power. Um, you can say things and speak things into existence. You can also say things and send things away. And I am going to say it this way. My prostate has cancer. Um, I don't. My prostate does. I have to deal with my prostate though. So, um, in dealing with that, we had a biopsy on Monday, this past Monday, and we'll be finding out what the extent is and what the treatment plan will be. And and that's what I'm here to share with you guys because I want everybody to know. Um, my father was the bravest man I've ever known in my life. He fought that thing tooth and nail, and he knew that this was going to happen for me or with me. And so he made sure that I had tools to deal with this. Um, and so that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm doing.